Hey guys, it's at the SU Fly Fishing. Another fly time video. Last time, let me fix my camera, make sure it's right. Okay, last time I did a fly time video, it was a variant of the sex dungeon. It's a mini dungeon. But I realized that, one, the original does fish better. You can still catch fish on the variant I did. It's fine. But then my buddy Matt went through and was like, hey man, you're missing some steps. That even if I didn't want to, and I even talked about them, these steps are things that maybe I either A, just neglected outright, or I just forgot about because I had taken them out earlier and was like, I don't need those. However, if someone as accomplished as Kelly Galloup is like, hey, this is, the fly I've created, this is what it does, this is what it works, it's probably a good idea for me to go ahead and do the original. So we're going to do a mini dungeon today. I'm going to go over the materials I'm using. For the hooks, I have a size 6 and a size 4 fully milled stripper hook. Size 6, size 4. I'm using fully milled red tungsten dumbbell eyes for the eyes. I'm using just some regular Crazy Legs root beer color from Hareline. Some Flashabou copper. I am using Hareline. I'm using some strung Chinese saddle hackle fiery brown for my Marabou, for my wings and my tail. I'm using some sunburst yellow. Okay. For the body, I'm using Ice Dub hot yellow. And then I'm going to use a copper wiring for a counter wrap on the body. We're going to be using Senyo's thin Intruder wire. Just some regular beads for the middle. And for the head, we're sculpting. We're going to use some Avon Max yellow deer belly hair. So that's what we got. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start. I'm gonna set the camera up, and when you see me, I'll be putting a hook and a vise. Oh, and the last thing, I'm using size 6/0 Uni Thread camel right here. And yeah, let's get. I guess, like I said, the next time you see me, we'll be putting a thing in the vise, and we'll be getting ready to go. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're first going to start off with the thread wrap. This is the size 6 back hook. This is what we're going to use for a bat. So we're going to go ahead, get a thread base. I go ahead, once I get about that way done, I go ahead and snip it. So snip the excess. Also, if any point you get lost, I'm going to have the materials, what they're used for, and front and back hook down below in the description. So anytime you get lost, go to the description. It should help you find your way. All right, all the way to where the bend of the hook starts. Now we're going to take our sunburst yellow for Marabou. Now these are blood quills. I'm only going to need 2. Honestly, you're not even going to use all these, but I had like 2 for my wings and so on and so forth, okay? I like blood quills, more to work with. I like the material as well, as far as like how much more like webby the material is than just a regular Marabou. I mean, I love that. So we're going to go ahead and start first. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to peel off the side. I like using this top part for the wing up here. But for the back part, I like it to be a little less uniform and a little more uneven. And I feel like the side just dances around a little bit better. So I'm going to grab that, put that all together. Okay. If it's uneven, just use your thumbnail and prune it. Don't cut it because it makes it look fake. But take your thumbnail right here. Press it hard down on your finger and go ahead. So I'm going to tie this in. Some people like to keep this for the body. You're going to have enough body. I'm not real worried about it, but I am going to chop off some of the less desirable parts. And now we're going to rip. And then we're going to tie the rest of this in. Okay, now we are going to the Flashabou. Okay, the copper. Actually, this might be something different. I think it's either copper or root beer. Either or be fine, especially with this color pattern, yellow and brown. But yeah, I usually take a strand. That's good. Take a strand. I cut it in half. Then I take that half and we do the, and then we put it in eighths. So snip it there, bring it over. Okay. Now that we've gotten this in there, okay. Pretty. That's a lot of tail. Here, I'm gonna trim this a little bit more. I'm gonna prune this a little bit more. Okay. All right, we're all set now. Very good. You want the Flashabou to be as long as the tail or a little bit shorter. All right, we're set here. Now we're going to take some of this. I'm using some soft wire by Uni. It's small copper wire. And we're just going to tie this in right here. All right, now I've talked with, well, not talked with, but I've watched videos and I've listened to what the people that have created this fly, well, Galloup, and he likes a dubbing loop, but he says you can get away with something. We're going to do a dubbing loop this time, just because, for authenticity's sake. So I'm going to tie my dubbing loop. Okay, come down here. This cradles up. This is over here. All right, bobbin in the bobbin cradle. Let's get our. Where is my tool? There we go. Okay, a little shepherd hook looking thing. All right, now we're not going to need all this dubbing loop. I just put it on there. So we're going to put this in here, this yellow. Well, it's hot yellow. I stub hot yellow by Hareline. Okay. Now, push this up. And we're going to want to get this a bit long. So we're here. All right. Here we go. Probably one more little pinch. All right, for a size 6 stripper hook, this will be more than enough. Okay, already wants to spin. All right, so got that. I'm gonna start spinning. All right, take my brush. Now, you start wrapping. I'm going to use, where is my, I'm going to use dubbing pliers, or Hackle pliers. All right, I'm going to take Hackle pliers. We're here. That is a lot of dubbing. The good news though is I'm gonna make all that go away. Well, not go away. I'm gonna keep the majority of that bulk. But all right, so we're here now. Okay. You want to still leave a little room on the front because you're about to put some hackle in and then a wing. So I'm going to snip this off. Okay, look at all this right here. Okay, you don't have to, but I like to. I'm going to snip off some of this. All right. So wrap this down. Secured. All right. We're going to take our brown fiery saddle hackle, Chinese saddle, and we are going to get, where are we at? Let's get a webby one. Here we go. I like this one. I like the look of this one. Hackle feather, and you're only going to need. Now you can use two, and be real. I just use one. Again, whatever works best for you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Half the fishing is just confidence. Do you feel confident with what you're throwing? So, all right. Here's half of the hackle. We're going to tie this to the front. Okay. Okay. Now, we're going to take this wire. And we're going to take wire. We're going to take this feather. And we're going to polymer it back. Alright. Now, about even spirals back. Alright, so we've gotten this wire down, okay? To go over a few things, just in case. We polymer this, we polymer back, then once we get back here, we use this wire to secure it. Now, this wire, we're going to wrap the opposite way. We're going to counter wrap it back up. And then a few times up here, and then we take our junk scissors. Where are my junk scissors? Here they go. And we are going to snip them. Alright, we are going to then wrap this around the wire up here. And then we got one more thing we're going to do, okay? And also, when you're wrapping, the counter wrapping the wire back, wiggle it while you do it. You won't catch as many hairs in. I just did a quick spin right just to keep where I was at. Alright, so now we're going to grab, now we're going to get the front of this right here. It's maybe for the wing. Okay. Now, with the wing done in the front, we're going to snip off this extra from the hackle earlier. Be sure not to snip off anything needed. Alright, and this, I'm going to whip finish a few times. You can do some half hitches if you want to, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. Okay. Oh. Alright. So, that's the back half. Okay. Got some yellow, we got some browns, and this is a pretty daggum color for brown shot with this. So, alright, so next what we're going to do is this. Okay, we are going to start with the front hook. The front hook is a size 4 stripper hook, and we're going to lay down a loose thread base All right, eyes. We're going to secure them with a few wraps around, pull them underneath. All right, so what you see me doing here is an X wrap. Once I've secured, I take this and I X wrap like this. See? Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. So once we get to that, okay, we are going to go ahead and take this thread and start wrapping between the eyes and the hook. Almost, I don't know if it has a name, but I want to call this a butterfly wrap. But, alright, so that's pretty secure right now. There ain't much more you can do besides maybe glue it. Okay. So, this is what we got now. We have a thread base with the eye secured on the front hook. So we are going to take this piece of intruder wire. We are going to secure it. Now, make sure that it is perpendicular, or parallel. It's parallel with the hook. Okay, you don't want it wrapping around because then it's going to funny, and then it's going to be a little off kilter whenever it swims. Make sure it's up and down. All right, so wire secure now. Take some craft beads. I'm gonna do 2 for this right here. You got, there's 2. Now, take your back section right here, and you go underneath and back through the beads. Okay. Now, about right here is where you want to. That's where you want your fly. Okay, not too much, not too little. Okay, you want it enough to where it will move, but not so much that it's going to wrap around, not so loose that it's going to wrap around and get snagged on itself. I like to tie this, whenever I'm securing these, go down the shank a few turns, okay, to the curve. Then we come back, and we are going to take, I like to get a little bit extra wire, okay, and I like to wrap it around the hook up here. Now if you have enough, you can wrap back. It helps secure the hook the eyes further, but this little bit of wire seems to help it not rotate as much. So, alright. Alright, so this is secured now, okay? What we're going to do now is we're doing the back cover for the articulation. Now, with this, we don't need anything huge. We just need enough to cover this. So I'm going to take some of the side of this Marabou that I got here. We're going to tie this to the back. Few securing wraps. We're going to take this extra, right here. Then we're going to further secure the wraps. Make sure it's parallel with the hook shank and not all over it. Want it up and down. Okay. Now, the other piece of Marabou, not Marabou, the other piece of Flashabou that you got, I lost it, so I'm just going to take another piece up here. And remember, we're going to take a half, and we're going to eighth it. Sorry guys, I had to help my wife with something. So, alright. We've taken care of this Marabou tail, and we are doing the, that's right, The Flashabou. Okay. So, I think I have lost my piece. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm just going to cut something up real fast. Okay. All right. Flashabou's put in. We're all set with that. Okay. Now, we're going to do the copper wire right here. All right. Secure this. All right. Now, I'm going to skip the dubbing loop, and I'm just going to make a dubbing noodle. Okay. And this is not an integral part to the fly, and I'm just got this just to save time, because this is going to be 6 dungeons are pretty daggum long, even the mini ones. So, all right. All right, so we have this down. Next, the thing we're going to do next is, where in the world did my feather go? Oh, there it is. All right, we are going to take part of that Chinese fiery brown saddle hackle, and we are going to tie it down here in the front. We are done with the dubbing. Put that up. We are done with the wire. You don't need that. And we are done with the hackle. I think the only thing we have left to do is the silly legs and the front wing and the head. So now take the silly legs, put it in between the line, slide it up in between the line and the hook. Boom. Okay. I'm going to trim this just a little bit. Alright. Then we secure them. Okay. Here we go. Now, we are to the fun part. What is the fun part? The fun part is the deer hair. Now, I don't know about y'all, but there's certain things in fishing that have come very easy to me. Messing with deer hair is not one of them. Alright, so what we have here is this. We have sunburst yellow marabou, some hot yellow UV dubbing, a brown fiery Chinese saddle hackle, and then we have some more yellow sunburst. And on the tail we have some Flashabou copper or root beer, I can't remember which one. And up front we just have some silly legs root beer flavor. Alright, color. So we're going to go ahead and get some hair for the front of this. Alright, got this stacked. We're going to clip off the back to make it more even back here. Alright, we want the crown to come from the tie-in back to the halt point. That's how long we want it. So, here, a little bit forward. Okay, now that I know that, I'm going to cut this down a bit more. You want to do 2 loose wraps. Then you want to cinch. I think I missed some. That's alright. Okay, I'm going to put my thumb down. Pull. And break my line. Be right back after I fix this. Alright, there we go. We are going to trim this a little bit off up here. And we want the hair to kind of go back behind the eye. We don't want the hair to pass the eyes from this tie-in. All right. Hey, okay. So, now we're going to take this hair right here, behind the eyes, into 2 loose wraps, pull down, okay, and we are going to make this spread out pretty good, okay. Now, we're going to flip this over, okay, and we're going to put a tiny bit of hair underneath. Not a lot, just enough. Okay, so when I mean a tiny bit, I mean you're going to see them go, oh, well, why even do it? Just to cover up, just to make it look uniform. All right, so here we go. Got a little beard under here. Flip this back over. Okay, so we got this hair up. All right, we're gonna wrap. Come here. Wrap around up here, front, and we are going to do probably one big clump and maybe a little bit afterwards. But this is where we're going to spin a little bit. Okay. Okay. So now we got this taken care of, the front taken care of, the underneath taken care of. We are going to do one big clump of yellow deer hair. Okay, once we got this clump here, we're going to do 1, 2, cinch down a bit, and then spin. Okay. So, do a little push back. All right. Now I like to finish this with some half hitches. Alright, half hitch is done. Cut the wire. Not wire, but cloth. So, next thing we do is the fun part. Okay? The first thing I like to do is I like to take the bottom and I cut it at an angle. Okay? Make sure this is okay. Alright. Take the bottom and I cut it at an angle. First. Okay. Then I go right underneath. Okay. Alright. Make sure all the other stuff is... You want kind of a flat bottom, and you want this cut at a little bit of an angle. Okay? So, alright, now, we're here at this part. We're going to make this into a sculpin head, or sculpin heady. So we're going to bend the razor, here, okay. I'm going to start, I put my thumb right where the crown, right where between what you do want to cut and what you don't want to cut. So hit your thumbnail. So I push till I hit it, now look, okay. A little bit more on this side. Okay. A little bit more on this side. Okay. And now I'm just trimming. Boom. Alright. There you go. A mini sex dungeon. Okay, or sex dungeon mini. It's you can do a lot of things with this. From what Galloup said, he liked his front to have some air pockets, not to be so packed tight, but you want it to be a little more hydrodynamic, and you want it to go. So to leave some space up in the front. Is what he says, so that's what I did. But there you go. That is a Galloup's mini dungeon. All the materials will be in the bottom. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this, guys. If you have, let me move this out of the way. If this will let go. If you have any questions, let me know. Put them down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. And as always, guys, tight lines, blessings, tie you up some, go have fun with some brown trout. Talk to you later.